welcome to Coach Save Academy Lab Guide. I'm Manu Largo. Today for the week 10 of the IMSA Racing Series, we're gonna race at Red Bull Ring. We are gonna drive our new content this season, the Acura LMDH. So let's do the fast lap first. Okay, so here we are in Red Bull Ring, a track where it's really important to find the off tracks because you have a lot of space in the entry of the corners and the exit in the last sector of this track, where you have to practice and try to find where is the off track to gain the most time that is possible. So for this first corner, my braking point is gonna be the 100 board or a little bit earlier because I try to focus more on the exit because it's a long straight after this first corner. So as you can see, we place the car over the curb, not too far because there is an off track. And we try to focus to avoid the yellow sauces here on the inside and the yellow sauces on the outside. So just start with throttle, really progressive to not have oversteer, and pay attention to avoid these high and dangerous yellow sauces because it's gonna put your car in the wall at that moment you go over it. So focus on the exit because this is a long straight where you have to be really fast. Okay, practical the same of this second corner. We are gonna place the car over the curb on the left. My braking point is the 100 board. Hard brake here, 90%, 85, 90%. So we try to wait a little bit to kind of turn in and put the car in a straight position as much as soon as we can, and again avoid the yellow sauces. Just try to close the car to the inside of the corner, and as this Acura has a really long first gear, we are able to go more aggressive with the throttle. You will see here we go aggressive right now with the throttle because it has a long first gear to don't have this oversteer that we have at the end of the first gear. Okay, third corner. Practically the same position. You have to place the car again over the curb. My braking point is between the 100 board and the 150. So I kinda be a little bit closer to the 100 board. But again, we try to focus again in this corner to the exit of the corner because the corner opens the radius, and so we have to put the car over the curb on the inside to have a little bit more rotation that this curve bring us. So again, we kind of place the car over the curb so we find a little bit extra grip, and again, really progressive with the throttle. and the radius of the corner opens, so we open the steering wheel to gain more space and more speed. Okay, these two left-handers, it's for me the most trickiest ones because you have to be very fast, and there are really easy off-tracks to do on the exit, but you have to place the car over the curb, so you have to find those off-tracks that I mean on the start. So my braking point here between the 100 board and the 50 board, in the middle. And this is a corner, this left-hander with a late apex. So we kind of wait, late entry. We're gonna do a lot of try braking and start to throttle really slowly to make the car rotate with that slow input that we put on the throttle. And when we see the exit of the corner, we open the steering wheel and we have to place the car, you will see here, over the white line. So we are over the F1 track limit, so don't focus on the F1, focus here on iRacing to the limits here that Red Bull Ring puts us. And again, for this second left-hander, we are gonna brake nearly the end of the curve. Here you can see we pass the curve, we brake a little bit to make the car point to the inside, and a little bit of try braking and start really soon with the throttle again to make the car rotate. And it's a corner where you have to practice again the rotation of the car, because if you have an understeery car, if you throttle too soon, you are gonna go to the sun here on the right, and if it's really oversteer, you are gonna spin. So you have to practice the kind of entry and the kind of throttle that you put, because you can see here I don't press 100% until I know that the car is gonna place into the track. But you can see here over the white line, plenty of space here to place the car and flat out. And as I said, the F1 off tracks, they are really famous in these two corners, these two last corners, but we are gonna go beyond those F1 track limits. So the off track here is a little bit further. So for this first right-hander, my braking point is the middle part of the 50 and the 100 board. Again, down to fourth gear. And I prefer to focus to start soon with the throttle to make the car rotate again with the throttle. And as you will see here, where we are gonna put the car. And even you can touch a little bit of the red zone here, but as you can see, we are even beyond the painted curve. So this is an off track that you have to find in this track, because you can gain a lot of speed in this corner. You have to be really fast here to gain and place the car inside the off-track zone to not touch and not have a slowdown. There is here again. And at the end, when we reach this end of the red zone, we are slightly brakes here. And for the last corner, we are trying to avoid the yellow sauces on the inside, but focus on the exit because it's a long straight and we can go flat out. And again, a lot of space and a lot of practice you have to do, because this is not an off track. As you can see here, we are over the curb, over and beyond, touching the red zone, and it's not an off track. So as I said, practice that track limits a lot, because for me it's the most important part here in Red Bull Ring, because there is fast corners and you have to go beyond these track limits, these F1 track limits, to find the perfect speed and the perfect lap. Okay, that's the lap guide here in Red Bull Ring. So don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, to follow us on social media, And as I said, practice the track limits here in Red Bull Ring because it's a nice track to race. I love this track. It's really fast and short, but I enjoyed race here. So as I said, don't forget to subscribe, and we are gonna keep doing this all these lap guides and set of sessions all week. So follow us and see you next time. Bye bye.